The story of coffee, the elixir that woke the world. The global awakening. Waking up to the aroma of coffee is a universal ritual, but this dark, invigorating beverage is more than just a morning habit. It is the fuel that pulled us from slumber and in many ways powered the age of reason itself. The history of this bean is not just about taste. It's a saga of mystery, religious bans, monopolies, and intellectual revolution. This is the journey of coffee, from the remote fields of Africa to your cup, a global epic centuries in the making. The mystical discovery, Kaldi and the forbidden fruit, the Ethiopian origin. The origin of coffee Arabica is shrouded in legend, but the most famous points to the highlands of Ethiopia in the Kaffa region around the 9th century. The protagonist is a shepherd named Kaldi, belonging to the Ethiopian people, the first to interact with the shrub. Kaldi noticed his goats were uncontrollably full of energy and dancing after chewing on the bright red, glossy berries. He sampled the fruits himself and felt an unprecedented vitality and an alert mind. When Kaldi brought the fruits to a monk, he scoffed and tossed them into the fire. But as they burned, the inebriating aroma of the roasted beans led to their salvation. The monk salvaged the beans from the ashes, mixed them with hot water, and discovered that the beverage helped him stay awake during long night vigils of prayer. Yes, the Christian Ethiopian monks accidentally invented the brewing method, but its use remained confined to monasteries and medicinal purposes. The great social and geographic leap was yet to come. The Saga, from monastery to mosque and commerce, the critical transition. The critical expansion happened when coffee traveled via trade across the Red Sea to the Arabian Peninsula. It is here, in Yemen, starting in the 15th century, that coffee began to be cultivated at scale and gained its true cultural importance. The first people outside the Ethiopian monasteries to truly embrace coffee were the Islamic mystics, or Sufis, in Yemen. They discovered the drink was the perfect ally for staying awake and alert during long nighttime rituals. Coffee, then named kahwa, meaning wine, was perfectly adapted by the Islamic culture, which prohibited alcohol consumption. Consumption soon jumped from the Sufi centers to the streets. The Arabs became masters of cultivation and roasting, centering trade in the port of Mocha. They were the guardians of the secret, enforcing a strict monopoly, selling only roasted or boiled beans so that no one could plant the live seed elsewhere. Coffee was the forbidden seed, and Yemen was the world's only supplier for a long period. The revolution in Europe, from danger to enlightenment. Coffee arrived in Europe in the 17th century, brought by Venetian merchants. The beverage generated controversy, initially being dubbed the bitter invention of Satan. The church nearly banned it until Pope Clement VIII tasted and blessed it, making it Christian. The papal approval was the turning point. Coffee houses proliferated in cities like London, Paris, and Amsterdam. These gathering spots became the fuel of the Enlightenment. In London, they were called penny universities, the cost of entry. Unlike alcohol, coffee kept patrons alert and focused. It became the drink that propelled reasoning, political debate, and crucial information exchange, paving the way for modern Western society. Global institutions such as the London Stock Exchange and Lloyd's Bank were originally born in these coffee houses. Breaking the secret, espionage, smuggling, and the seed war. Coffee's popularity in Europe created an insatiable demand and the certainty that the Arab monopoly had to be broken. The secret was the seed, and obtaining it became a matter of national security for European powers. The seed war began. The Dutch smuggling and Java. The first major blow came from the Dutch. Around the late 17th century, they succeeded in smuggling the first live seedlings out of the port of Mocha. This was an act of meticulously planned espionage. The Dutch planted their seeds in their island colonies, notably Java, Indonesia, which soon broke the Arab dominance and became the world's primary source. The French hero. France, desperate to enter the market, saw a single seedling arrive at the Paris Botanical Garden. The solution came from naval officer Gabriel Mathieu de Cleah in the 18th century. De Cleah sailed from France to the Caribbean, Martinique, with one small coffee plant. The epic was an epic of maritime suspense. He had to protect the seedling from a storm, Dutch pirates, and even a jealous passenger. The most dramatic act? When fresh water ran low, he shared his own meager water ration with the small plant to ensure its survival. The plant flourished in Martinique. From this one plant, it is estimated that the vast majority of plantations in the Americas, including Haiti and Central America, were propagated. The arrival and the drink of freedom in the USA. While coffee was transforming European social life, in North America, its ascent was purely revolutionary. Coffee arrived in the colonies in the early 17th century, but for decades, tea was the colonists' preferred drink, following British custom. The great turning point came in 1773 with the iconic Boston Tea Party. In protest against the abusive taxes imposed by the British Crown, American colonists famously dumped loads of tea into Boston Harbor. From that day on, drinking tea became an act of disloyalty and unpatriotism. Coffee immediately rose to the stage as the drink of freedom. Consuming it became a political statement and a symbol of independence. Early American coffee houses like the Tontine Coffee House in New York quickly became the headquarters for merchants, bankers, and crucially for revolutionary leaders planning the future of the new nation. The final seal of approval came with the Civil War, 1861 to 1865. Coffee was included in the Union soldiers' rations as a vital stimulant. Many historians agree that the Civil War cemented coffee's status as America's drink, with the habit carried home by surviving soldiers. American coffee culture was not about slow tertulias. It was about speed, energy, and patriotism. Today, coffee is the second most traded commodity in the world after oil. Your cup carries the legacy of centuries of legends, debates, and uninterrupted global history. It is the beverage that united monks, mystics, philosophers, and American revolutionaries. From the shepherd Kaldi to your morning routine, coffee remains the drink that keeps us awake, alert, and connected to a story that never fails to surprise. What is your favorite method for preparing coffee, and what part of this history sparked your curiosity the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to know how coffee transformed colonies and became the foundation of modern tropical economies, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the second part of this saga. See you next time!